You want to grow a YouTube channel so that you can eventually pull that growth back to your stream. I've actually done that. So in this video, I'm going to share that entire process of what this journey was like getting started on YouTube for me, some things that I really struggled with along the way, and then we're going to talk about our new YouTube series. Let's go, baby! What's up, everyone? It's Ashni. It is February 13th at 3 p.m. and I have so much to do today. This busy day is sponsored by Own3D. Own3D is the best graphics marketplace for streamers because you can get alerts, panels, emotes, and stream graphics immediately. It's perfect for those of you who just want your stream to look overall more professional. I don't usually talk about tech or graphics on this channel, but something that is important is your confidence in your stream. So if nice gear and nice graphics help grow your confidence, it's 100% worth it. So if this channel has ever helped you, use the link in the description to check it out because you can find the perfect graphics for you and it supports our channel too. We're also going to talk about YouTube today. I'm going to tell you how I used YouTube to get partnered on Twitch, and I'm going to share literally everything. I'll tell you how many videos I made a week, what topics I made those videos over, how long it took me to get partnered, what the journey was like from creating purely on YouTube for a while and then coming back to Twitch in May 2018. I'll give you all of my introductory strategies and story, but first we need to do the laundry. So Dylan usually comes with me for this, but he had a little bit of a BPD spiral today during our dog walk, and we're going to Austin this weekend because he is going to be doing some recording for his very first time in a studio. So he's at home right now working on his music. But anyways, let's talk about YouTube. In order to really get the most information, the most helpful information you can get from this video, you need context. And context means you need to know my story, how I got started with Twitch and how I got started with YouTube. Hey, future Ashni here. There was this really horrible buzzing in this next clip, so I'm just gonna put this one in here to continue this story and tell you that I started streaming in 2013 and was very, very terrible at it. But even though I was bad in 2014, 2015, I actually attracted the support of someone who was very emotionally and financially supportive. And they actually encouraged the rest of my community to be a little bit more financially supportive as well. And so in 2015, after a year and a half of streaming, I went full-time as a streamer. I moved to Austin, Texas. I got all this new gear. I had this perfect setup. I had this dream life, and I thought that I was gonna live this like cushy life, live my dream. But the entire time I had this feeling inside of me that something was wrong, that I just wasn't doing something right, because even though I basically had a blank check from my community to do whatever I wanted, I still couldn't get above 20 or so average viewers. I actually ended up bringing up all of these concerns that I had to the person who was very supportive of me, and they said that a lot of people would make it on Twitch, but it was never gonna be me. And they pulled their support, and I was just completely gutted. I'd lost my dream. I lost this thing that I worked so hard for. And I ended up having to get a job working for Amazon. I actually did delivery out of an Amazon warehouse for a while, and I honestly, other than that job, I spent all of my time on the couch because I was so shattered. Okay, let's go back and do the laundry. I got sick and tired of feeling sick and tired, right? And I started going to the gym because I didn't want to feel lazy anymore. And so I get to the gym. Of course, when you go to the gym, you need something to listen to. And so I decided I wanted to listen to a podcast for the first time, and I found Smart Passive Income by Pat Flynn. So this podcast blew my freaking mind. It gave me so much information that I had never heard before, and I was so thrilled. I didn't watch Netflix, I didn't listen to music, I didn't watch TV, I didn't do anything except for consume information for years. And I was like, you know what? No one is talking about this. Why is no one sharing this information that I have finally found and figured out? This is so cool. So I decided, you know what? I'm just gonna start sharing it. Why not me? I actually remember this time I had a podcast episode with my friend Kitty Plays, who's a very popular streamer slash content creator, and the podcast episode was terrible. It was an actual slideshow, but I still had 50 viewers, and I have never been that successful in my stream. I've never had that many viewers before. So I knew at that point that this was something that was going to work. This was my path to partner. At this point, I knew I loved helping streamers, and I knew that helping people could also get me to where I wanted to be, because all I had to do was not have a freaking slideshow of a podcast interview. It's 5 o'clock, so it's actually time to make our own 3D post and our Instagram post. So we're gonna do that real quick. Well, I didn't quite get to finish the Instagram post, but our laundry is done, so it is time to go home. Laundry. Okay, laundry is finished and here. I'm probably gonna have to do all of that with Dylan later today, but we need to talk about how YouTube fits into this story. This is YouTube Archive. It shows when you posted every single YouTube video that is on your channel. As you can see, my channel actually started in 2017, but I didn't really take it seriously until about February of 2018. In February and March 2018, I edited every single one of these videos myself. I edited every video before that on my own. So I was doing 3 to 4 videos a week in March 2018, but in April, I realized I wanted to come back to streaming because I had this podcast where I was helping streamers and I had these YouTube videos where I was helping streamers, but I wasn't partnered yet. I realized that in order for people to really take me seriously, I had to show them that I walked the walk and I talked the talk. Does that make sense? Is that how that saying goes? But I had to show them that I was essentially able to prove results with the information that I was sharing with everyone, or I knew at some point people weren't going to take me seriously anymore. So I realized since I was making 3 or 4 YouTube videos, I wasn't going to be able to stream very much, if at all, with the amount of filming and editing that I was doing. So I decided in April to outsource the editing. So I actually brought on a team of editors so that I didn't have to do the editing anymore. I could free up my time and stream. April 2018, I brought on, I believe, 6 editors. My YouTube channel wasn't making any money yet though, and so this was a volunteer position, and because it was volunteer, because these people had their other content they wanted to focus on, eventually we got down to 1 editor. That happened 2019 at some point. I'll talk about that later. So in April of 2018, we had this editing team and I decided to start streaming again May 2018. We were still doing 3 to 4 videos a week, and then in July, we unlocked the path to partner, which means that throughout my partnership journey, which technically lasted 2 months, we were still consistently posting YouTube videos. This was absolutely crucial for my growth. Back then, Twitch was really backed up on partnership applications, and so it actually took 2 months to get a response to my partnership application, but in September 2018, they told us that our channel had been partnered, and you can see that shortly after that, the YouTube videos really started to fall off, partially because we had stayed so consistent for so long with YouTube and the podcast and the streams, and it was just so overwhelming having that and also having to manage this entire team, be writing this ebook, which is what I was trying to start at this time. I definitely put too much on my plate, which I tend to do. So we went down to about 4 videos a month. It looks like December 2018, January 2019, February, March, April, and May 2019 were all about 4 videos a month. It wasn't very consistent. They didn't come out exactly the same time every week as they should have, but they still came out, which was better than nothing. And then in May, that's actually whenever I got with my current partner, and we moved in together, and the YouTube videos fell off super hard. One a month until November 2019. They picked up a little bit, and then February, obviously we're doing a lot better now. You know what totally sucks is those terrible videos from 2017 or 2018 are still getting thrown around by the algorithm. And so some people's first impression of this channel is that it's absolute garbage, and it's fine. It's totally fine. In terms of the actual content, I knew that I wanted to help streamers because no one was really helping them at the time, and I knew that there was a big opportunity there based on the fact that I had just struggled myself. So if you're trying to think of your niche, you might think of what have you struggled at, what's like a big lesson in your life that you've learned, something that you've gone through, and helping other people that are struggling with that same thing. It's usually what a lot of people do. Okay, anyways. So every single YouTube video that I made was all about the things that I was wondering about when I was a struggling streamer in 2013 to 2018. I actually really need to check in on our Dream Stream Academy students, so I'm gonna do that real fast. No one can say I don't work hard for my students, okay? Look at that wall of text. Ooh, it's 6:57. I got home from laundry at 6, so I spent about 40 minutes working on our students' exercises and giving them feedback. But back to our YouTube journey. So I was hustling, right? I was making all of these videos, and then we ended up coming back to stream, getting partnered really fast. It was all super easy, right? We just made the content and then it was done. No, it was so hard because YouTube is an entirely different skill set from streaming. I know a lot of you are interested in getting started and building your own YouTube channel right now. It is not going to be easy if all you've done before is streaming. If you don't have storytelling skills at all, YouTube's really going to test you. Aside from it being a completely different skill set, here's the things that I really struggled with whenever I started my YouTube channel and really the past couple of years. So the first thing obviously is the workload. If you are streaming 4, 5, or 6 days a week and you decide that you want to jump into YouTube as well, YouTube is about the same amount of work as Twitch. Believe it or not, if you are doing YouTube right, you're doing all of your research, you're filming, creating the good content, you're editing it, or even if you're outsourcing it, and you are doing all of the post-production stuff, you're responding to all of your comments, that's about the same amount of time that it's going to take you to do a stream. It took 2 days to edit my last YouTube video. 2 freaking days. Another thing I struggled with is learning that you still have to be unique. If you are just copying topics that everyone has done over and over again, if you are copying the format of someone else, it's probably not going to lead to you growing a really successful YouTube channel. Now we know this whenever it comes to streaming, right? You think that all the lessons that we learned from being on Twitch for as long as we have would transfer over to YouTube, but you almost have to relearn your lessons. At least I had to. And I had to learn that I can't just imitate someone, take somebody else's style, take someone else's topics, and do well with it. I really had to create something that was uniquely me, that was fresh, that was different, and oh my god, style. This was another thing that I struggled with for so long. It used to drive me up the freaking wall. Have you noticed with every YouTube channel that you go to, there's a very specific style? So I looked at all of these people and I was like, what the heck? What works? They all seem to be doing different things. Is every single person right? Or is there a set standard of rules of the way that my style should be, my format of my videos should be, the way that I film should happen? A lot of those people talk about batch recording. So they'll sit down and they'll film like 5 videos in one single day, and then they'll release them over the next month or so. And they do this because they want to save time on the back end. And I did this for a long time, but the problem that I had here was it took y'all 4 videos before you saw improvements in the things that I was changing to make the videos better for you. And I think whenever you're a newer YouTuber and you're trying to learn and improve your videos very quickly and show people that you listen, that you take feedback, batch recording is probably not a good strategy for you. But I also was like, oh my God, what should my intros look like? What should my outros look like? What should I say? How should I act? What should I look like? Every single piece of the video was something that I agonized over because I knew that people were paying attention and I didn't know what type of person I wanted to present to the world. I think something that's really important with YouTube that looking back on this journey now I realize is you have to figure out really who you are, what kind of videos you like before you can really start to be different, to be unique, and to put your own signature style on things. And this is evident even in my journey as a streamer. I sucked a lot in the very beginning. I sucked for years, and I sucked at YouTube whenever I first started too, but I had this period of learning and I let myself go out there, learn as much as possible, pay attention to the voices that I really resonated with, find the channels and the streamers that I thought were doing well, or pull information from outside sources that I thought was relevant. And it took a lot of time, but eventually you start to kind of unlock this level of understanding whenever it comes to streaming, and the same thing happened for YouTube for me. You unlock this level of understanding where you're like, oh, I get it now. But the biggest thing here is that you realize that YouTube is a completely different skill set from Twitch, and unless you have storytelling skills, visual storytelling skills, editing skills, scripting, and you can sit down and talk to a camera and feel comfortable with it, unless you have all of those skills, YouTube's gonna be very difficult for you, and you're gonna have to grow those skills as you make YouTube videos, as you make crappy videos that suck and then get better over time. Let's check on Dylan. He's had a really rough day. How you doing, Bet?
I want to die.
No.
Can't use that footage now, can you?
Yeah, I can.
Too real, too honest.
He's not in a very good mood. His BPD makes him, he definitely has to like feel good about everything. He focuses very much on the way that he feels whenever it comes to creating his music. And so if something doesn't feel right to him, it really can get in his head and stress him out. And like I said, this weekend we're going to Austin for him to record, so he feels like he really has to figure all of that out tonight so that tomorrow he can edit this YouTube video. Hi, Bep. And then this weekend we can go to Austin. I'm gonna do my best to just like support him and be a good supportive partner. So I've learned all of this stuff about YouTube over the last couple of years, but there's obviously a lot more that goes into it, like a lot more. We're talking titles, thumbnails, tags, storytelling, all that entire process, how to film, how to edit, all of it. So as you all requested, we're gonna be doing a YouTube series about YouTube. Now this video was specifically for streamers, but in this YouTube series, I'm going to talk to a little bit more of a broader audience, and it's not going to be specifically as focused on streamers as much as this video is. I'm going to use this series to try and like reach out to more people with our channel, try and bring some more friends in, and just kind of see what happens whenever we talk about something that isn't specifically Twitch. So we'll go into everything that it takes to build a channel, be successful, get views on your videos, how to promote your videos and use your YouTube channel to build up your other content. That's actually coming next. So make sure that you subscribe if you haven't already. I was gonna have Dylan help me with this laundry, but I feel like being a supportive partner tonight is way more important, so I'm just gonna do it so that he can focus on his music for this weekend. And also, I know you're streamers. Since you're watching this, you know a lot about Twitch. You probably want to learn how to be successful as a streamer. Make sure you click on this video. It's gonna teach you all about how to do that.